right along the same piece of track where we were just walking. This is the access road to the tracks here. There's quite a few of these along the way. And as you can see, behind all the weeds, Norfolk and Western. Guess they never invested in a new sign. It's a beautiful, piece of land here. There in the distance, looks like a shiny piece of glass, is the beautiful and ancient New River. Very, very, very wide here. Just up the river a ways, it's nearly a mile wide, excuse me. Still making our way to this railroad traffic light. And here at the train trestle, an access bridge. It's not particularly high here. It does go over a little creek, which drains directly into the New River, which again is just right over that field, which is nowhere near as far as it looks in this camera. It doesn't appear like this is showing up too well with the bright sky behind it, but we have red lights on top and yellow lights on the bottom, for whatever that means. Off me, bug. Looks like a switching box. So there's one set of tracks that way, but this way, too. And just down a ways is a section where trains would sit forever and ever and ever just waiting on the other guy to show up so that they could pass. Looks like it's nice and greasy. Eventually I'm going to kill this bug that's swarming me. Damn it. There is another set of tracks across the river, so often when I try to find trains, I hear them going across the river. All of a sudden I have a buzzing on these tracks. There's a propane tank. I suppose it's fueling this something. It definitely started buzzing a little all of a sudden, but it's not moving or anything. I don't see or hear anything in the distance besides the occasional wayward jalopy. There's a car going on the road behind us. We'll wait around a minute, see what happens. Maybe I can kill this bug. So we're in the same spot that we were this morning in Parrott, Virginia. And we videoed sections of where there's 2 train tracks that become one. And what we have here is a train waiting for another train. We've pulled up on the railroad access road, and I was going towards Radford, Virginia. I was going to try to catch a train. There's a good spot up there, and I heard that diesel engine rumbling. Ah, I hear him coming. Alright, let's see where we can get a better picture. Okay, we've got a train coming up behind us, actually. Be coming up the tracks from West Virginia, or somewhere thereabouts, Giles County perhaps, in Virginia. And we've got an engine there waiting in the 2-track section. This is right on the line, Belspring, Parrott, Virginia. Zip code for Belspring is 24058. Very small town. I think the only thing here is a gas station and a post office, so that's not going to ring a bell to anyone. But I heard the horn a few moments ago, so we'll see how much of this train passing event we can get. This section of track parallels one side of the new river. There's another section of track across the river. The river down here could be up to a mile wide, so with the thick summer growth, there's no shot of us seeing anything over there. That's a propane tank and what looks like a switching box or something there. I'm hoping the engineer in this train behind me doesn't get mad at me, because I'm sure he can see me and call the Norfolk and Southern police on me. Based on the shape of the tracks and stuff, I'm probably in the safest spot I could be standing. But we'll see how much video we get. The guy waiting there looks like a long, empty coal train. Here she comes. Oh wow. Looks like we've got some stacked containers on this one. Sorry, I'm zoomed in a good bit. Wow, those things are loud. See how much we can see of him passing down there. Ah. Shit. So we're going to go back down out of the way here in just a moment and wait for that guy to start moving so we can video him as well. That seemed like a really big engine on that train that crept up on me. I'm afraid I don't know enough about them to be able to say, but it definitely seemed bigger than some of the others. I waved. I didn't see a conductor. Of course, it's hard to look at the train and look at the video as well. So we're going to give him a minute to get the okay to start moving, and then we'll catch him as he passes by. While we're waiting for our buddy to start moving down there, he's hanging out. We're listening to see if we hear the engine fire up, or for him to lay down on the throttle or whatever it is that they do. So we're just checking out the tracks to see what kind of stuff we find. There's always some type of treasures. We have some splintered pieces of wood. Here we have a carcass of something. It looks like a paw. Yep, I'm saying that's a paw. There's a lot of skunks down here. Maybe that's a skunk. Doesn't smell like a skunk. We also have railroad ties, of course. Some pieces of tarp. And because this is far southwestern Virginia, not far from coal country, I found coal. America's original favorite power source, known for its carbon density, toxicity to the human lung, and of course poisoning our atmosphere, killing a lot of people. But neatly compressed carbon, wonderful fuel source. And it's kind of shiny and cool too. And I also got black stuff all over my hands. Strangely enough, for something so packed, it's very light. Alright. Fire it up, bud. We're waiting on you. In our second installment of searching for railroad treasures while waiting on this guy to move, I know the other train has to have long since cleared him by now, but I guess he's waiting on the okay to take off. So we're standing idly, hanging out, checking out the stuff that you find on the side of the railroad tracks. We have already found a carcass and some coal. Now we have found a work glove, plastic bottle, various hunks of metal that hopefully aren't important to the operation of trains. Some weird piece of small pink netting. This large switching box with one of the largest, most ferocious looking padlocks I have ever seen attached. And an assortment of railroad ties and contraptions. We are standing at the junction of two tracks becoming one. It is one to my left, headed towards West Virginia. And directly in front of me, you see the contraption. Somebody watching this knows what that is. I do not. And then the tracks gradually split into two. And they're absolutely two clear tracks down there where he is hanging out, waiting for the clearance to go ahead. In our third episode of waiting for this train, it appears we have found some obnoxious pink granite that's ubiquitous in modern houses, and another piece of coal. And based on the sound I'm hearing, I think our guy that's waiting to my right or directly behind me is going to get passed by two trains today, not one. Now, I grew up here and I spent many an hour up on the hillside watching these guys, and it's a little bit unusual for them to get passed by two in a day. But I hear him coming, sure enough. And we're standing right by a little trestle, an access road, as you see, which is goes over a creek and a small road. And I'm gonna do my best to film him without pissing everybody off. And he's rumbling, so I'm also trying to get a good shot of him without getting run over. And of course I'm going to get swarmed by a bee. Go away. Still. Sorry. There he is. Trying to film and get out of the way. I'm sorry. So that would be why he was waiting so long. And now the light that was yellow is red. So I guess that means when that guy who appeared to be carrying cars, like automobiles in his train cars, I guess once he clears the way, then our buddy down there is going to start moving. And thankfully in this section of the woods, there's so many people who hunt and stuff. People cross the tracks all the time. And everybody grows up with trains, so they know how to behave around trains and be a safe distance from trains, that the railroad police have not come looking for me yet. And this light thing, which does not show up well in the sun, was red on top and yellow on bottom. Now it's red on both sides, so I'm thinking that means something. And perhaps our buddy down there will be moving. Uh-oh! I saw smoke. I hear him rumbling. I think he's moving. Probably get a better shot of him because he's just starting up. He won't be moving as quickly. There's no road crossings for these trains anywhere close to here, so they do get up some good speed. There's trestles going over the small little roads. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a good shot of him. If he blows a horn at me, I'm gonna jump out of my skin. That's gonna be so loud from this close range. And just like that, he's gone. Trains are so cool.